This is my skin without any foundation, and my skin's not too bad. It's actually pretty good, but I do have one whopping zit right here on my cheek. It's almost like a second beauty mark, just a red one. Let's start off with the foundation. This color is in golden beige. Whoa, Nelly. As you can see, it's kind of like, it's actually very foamy. When you touch it, there's a lot of air bubbles. Put some more product on here. Whoa. It's kind of hard to control how much comes out. It actually kind of gives me like a porcelain glow. Coverage wise, it's really not that thick in consistency. In fact, it feels a little watery. For someone like me that doesn't really have too many blemishes, it's not bad. However, as you can see, the red is totally seeping through the foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and put a second layer on my right side again. And here's what it looks like with a second layer of foundation. And as you can see, the red has diminished a little bit, but you still see it there. In my nose area, it did cover up the red. See on my left side, the red is still there. It's definitely just a medium, a light to medium coverage foundation. The feel of it is really smooth. I like it. It doesn't feel cakey or sticky at all. It does take a little bit to kind of dry, to settle in. I'd say it'll take about a minute for the makeup to settle in. I'm gonna go ahead and even out the rest of my skin. I'm not going to set it with a setting powder because I want to see how this product truly works on my skin. And I do have oily combination skin, so we'll see how well this lasts, especially since it's an oil-free product. I am, however, going to add a bronzer, as I always do, just to kind of liven my face up a little bit. So I'm just going to take this Physician Formula bronzer. It's like my favorite drugstore bronzer in medium to dark. It's a bronze booster. And I'm also going to add a little bit of blush. This is e.l.f.'s Candid Coral. So far, I really like it. This is actually the darkest color that they had, which I was quite surprised. So that's it. It is 6:06 p.m. I'll be back in a few hours to see how this lasts throughout my day, and I'll see you guys in a bit. It's the end of the day. It is now, what time? 12:20 a.m. the next day, and for the most part I feel that my foundation stayed on. It looks pretty much the same from when I put it on over 6 hours ago. Again, I don't feel that it feels any cakey. It hasn't oxidized throughout the day, and yeah, I actually don't feel too oily either. My skin still looks glowing. So overall, I think this is a pretty good product. I feel that this is a great product for people like me that don't need too much to cover up. It seems to be a good foundation for all skin types. If you have dry skin, it's actually nice and soft and moisturizing. If you have oily skin or oily combination, I would recommend a setting powder, just because I actually don't like to be too shiny, especially in areas like in the inside of my cheeks and in my forehead. But I feel like it still gives you that shine, but even though I do have oily skin, my oil isn't seeping through because it is oil free. One thing I'm not too fond of is the packaging. I mean, I kind of wish it would, you know, like you would do one pump and then it would do one set of foundation, whereas this one you really got to be careful and be careful with how much you put in your hand, and you know, even though you stop, product still comes out, so you know, you got to be careful to not waste the product like I obviously just did. It's so new, and I think there's only like 6 or 7 colors available. Now, I am not too dark in complexion, but the drugstore that I was at only had, I think, about 6 colors, and the color that I'm wearing right now was the darkest color that was available. There's basically nothing unbearable. It has a whatever scent, not strong at all, it's actually very light, so it's not bad. And that's basically it for my first impression with the Revlon PhotoReady airbrush. Let me know if you try this. Let me know your thoughts about this foundation. I love to know how this worked on everybody else, skin tone. And also don't forget to find me on Facebook and comment on my Facebook what kind of video you want to see next. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!